Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Super excited to have you here. And today we're going to talk about moms in real estate. It is something that is close to my heart, being a parent. So I know there's a lot of struggling mothers out there that are in real estate and that are moms. So I just kind of wanted to hop on the video and we're going to dive in a little bit into that. Today on today's topic. So being a mom of kids that are under 7, you know it's challenging, especially balancing naps, schedules, snack time, diaper changes, all that goes into play, plus making phone calls, prospecting, doing all the other real estate stuff, so counterbalancing while you want to grow and have a successful career in real estate. So the good news is that it is possible. I'm living proof possible, right? So in fact, moms, you have the unique ability and skills to actually make an incredible real estate agent. Here's why. With you 3 examples of how moms are thriving in the real estate market and in the real estate game while raising their children. Plus, I'll throw in an extra bonus of time management strategies that will help you and continue to grow your business. Guys, now can I ask, if you're new here, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more tips in real estate, in mom life, and everything in between. All right, so let's start with something we don't talk about enough. Moms, our superpower is losing their glasses. Mom's superpower to real estate. Let's think about it. Moms, you know how multitasking is. If you have managed cooking dinner, answering the phone, doing homework questions, changing a diaper, at the same time, you already have that skill of taking and juggling and with buyers, sellers, and doing contracts in between. Moms, you are naturally problem solvers. Let's be real, we are problem solvers, ladies. Throw in the kids, curveballs on daily stuff, plus curveballs of real estate and clients doing the same, right? Doing the same, multitasking, juggling. You're trained on your feet for that. We are trained on our feet for that. And maybe the most important thing, moms, that we listen. We listen very well. We have the good ears. Clients just don't want a house. They want a home. Moms, we understand that emotionally. We understand that side more than anyone else. So example, working during that time, for me, that was my biggest success, was when Jennifer and Sammy were sleeping. That was when I was truly hustling. Hustling because Sammy was young, my firstborn, Jennifer is my secondborn, but hustling during that nap time. So one of the biggest challenges for mom and young kids are finding the time to actually go work. And here's an example of nap time. So nap time in real estate, when your kids are napping or at preschool for a couple of those hours, you have the quiet time to do things like follow up with leads, return emails, social media marketing, posting on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all those platforms, drafting up and writing up reports, home reports, you name it. That is your sweet niche. For me, honestly, besides nap time, I was doing it at night when they were going to bed. That was another little secret. It's amazing how we are very productive, and when we can be setting our time, very productive when we are cycling our time and putting in 90 minutes to go all in. Some of our best work as moms has been during those times on those busy windows of peace and quiet. So for sure, I agree with you 100%. All right, example number 2, and this one is my favorite. It's involving your kids in your business, involving your kids and bringing them to appraisals, bringing them to open houses. I'll tell you a quick story. I actually had Jennifer in a little playpen at my open house. And I knew it was going to be perfect because the clients were absolutely amazing, my sellers. And I had her in my little playpen. She was there. And you know what? Yes, I did have buyers walk in, but Jenny was in her playpen. I didn't leave the living room. It was an open concept house. So I could go 10 feet over here, 10 feet over there. I could make sure everything was going great with the buyers. And guess what, guys? Have your lender come. my lender was there too, and it was fun. Not only that, she was gone and the buyers were gone, and she was there helping me. She was there. We're playing with Jenny. We're having fun. When we saw the buyers pull up, walk up the driveway, guess what? Jenny was back in her little playpen, being good, awesome, and it was great. And then serious faces come on. The serious face was on. Right? So this is just an open house. This is just like a prime example. You know your client better than anyone else, and you know if you work with trusted lenders and partners, they would be there to help you. So that way you have a second person there with you, and that way you can have them watch, make sure your kid is okay, your kids are okay, but also too, you're actually busy and you're working and you're talking with those buyers, or talking with the buyer's agent, because you want to sell that property, and you also want to make sure that those buyers are very informed on that home, so that way they can give your client top dollar and make a very aggressive offer. So definitely great counterbalance of getting your kids involved. Like I said, help my Sammy now that he's 6, and it's crazy that he's 6. He'll help me put on envelopes. If I do like mailers, he'll help me put stamps on. So he can do that. It's great. They can come along. They can drop off little flyers with you. I mean, there's other things that your kids can do and get along with your business as they're with you. Like I said, these are just prime examples. It's great. Like I said, those are the keys to growing your business, but keeping your kids close to your heart, and making sure that you're doing the best of both worlds, and you're trying to include them into everything, but also look professional at the same time. So, great tip. And example number 3, this one is really, I love, and I think this is great. Example number 3 is using technology. We are in such a wonderful era of technology with everything that is on full blast and for our disposable. Not only that, if there's apps that are out there that are literally almost like $1 a day, $30 a month. I mean, $1 a day. If you add a couple of these apps here, you know what? They are saving you time, money, and energy, and it's totally worth it. But now with AI coming on out, Zoom calls, you can always do Zoom. You don't always have to be there in person. So that way, if a client is 30 minutes away and then 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back, that's 1 hour, right? You could set up and say, hey, let's start up a Zoom call. Let's do that. Let's meet face to face via Zoom. And that way, your kids, you can always hit mute when your kids are crying, running around. Your kids are still with you at your house, but also too, they're not in your car, going to 30 minutes. Now they're at the client's house. Now you gotta apologize because they're gonna be all over the place trying to grab all these different unique stuff that they have not seen before. Let me tell you, Jenny is prime example of this. I literally had a listing appointment. The guy, bless his soul, the seller, was a teacher, so he totally understood. He actually taught, I forget which grade, but it was like either 3rd or 2nd grade, 2nd or 3rd grade, I can't remember which. But he said, yeah, bring Jenny along. Well, of course, now Jenny is walking, climbing all over the place, going up the steps. I'm literally going through my listing presentation, going through the book, going through the pages, going over everything, then getting up saying, hold on, Jenny, come here, bring her back, Jenny, come here. Save yourself the time, guys, Zoom. That way you can bring it up, post it up on here on your computer, have it all here displayed, and you can do that. It helps. I've done it a couple times. It has worked. People actually do like that because they prefer sometimes maybe not coming in the house. They can do a Zoom tour of your property, so it does help. Ask. Worst they're going to do is say no. All right. E-signatures, like DocuSign, all those signature things, phenomenal. So if you're not a techie, I'm not either. I'm not big on technology. I am learning, and I am learning all the tools, putting them all together, being more organized. But as far as techie and DocuSign, that is non-negotiable. So yes, that I've mastered, but definitely highly recommend if you have not mastered it, by all means, Google it or YouTube it. But DocuSign is one of those highly recommend that you have mastered if you're a mom in real estate and you have not even looked into it at all or know zero about it, okay? Scheduling your appointments, Calendly is a wonderful app There again, it books into your calendar, so if clients can book you around your time frame, around your calendar, that is nice. You can send them a link, and you can say these are the times that you're available, you're not available. My negotiation, my dead cutoff was always 2:45 to 3:15. That 2:45, 3:15, those were my two 30 minutes of non-negotiable, because my kids always go for the bus at 3 o'clock. Sometimes they would come earlier. Sometimes they would come a little later. I don't know. First, I would always be there. So I'd always be there, ready, waiting for them, 2:45, in case the bus got there at 2:50. And that's why I would have them. Boom, snack time, diaper change, if anything. Normally there was no issues on the diaper, thank God. But there again, 30 minutes. That 30 minutes was non-negotiable. I was not doing anything. I wasn't even answering phone calls unless I knew the bus wasn't there. If I was on a phone and a bus pulled up, I would tell the client, hey, I'll call you back. Jenny's bus is pulling up. Sammy's bus is pulling up. Call you back. Give me about 20 minutes. Guess what? Everyone was super nice and always saying, oh yeah, call me back later. Call me back later. You just gotta let them know what's going on in your life. But absolutely use these texts. This is the real estate secrets and the flexibility of your way of using these texts to keep you as a mom organized and keep your business moving forward in the right direction while taking care of your kids and not running around in circles in the living room, which I have done before. And trust me, it's not fun, especially when you're doing circles and you step on a toy. Let me tell you, that is not fun, because you're going to say every word under the sun and scream every word under the sun. Let me tell you firsthand. So that would be my example number 3 for you. And like promised, time management. Time management is sometimes, I still struggle with this one, guys. I'm not an expert, and my schedule, I have a weekly planning schedule, and sometimes, you know what, things change. You have to change your schedule. You have to move things around. So let's talk about your time management, because without it, let's be honest, without it, this business would eat you up, and all that good stuff. So one of the strategies is time blocking. Time blocking is like a non-negotiable in this business now. I have to say, if you don't do time blocking, it's okay in the beginning, all right? But in the first week or 2, 3 weeks, when you're doing real estate and your mom and you're new to it, it's okay. You're figuring it out as you move along. But start small. So time block 10, 15 minutes here, 10, 15 minutes there. Then that's going to build up to 20, 30 minutes, right? Now, at one point, you have 2 hours of time blocking, which before you only were able to achieve 10 minutes, right? So that's how it started. It started out really small, annoying in the beginning of the time, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Imagine that you were in a call center, right? Now, as experience, I used to work at a call center for a very huge corporation, actually for an airline industry, and we only had 15-minute breaks. That's it. I only had 2 and a 30-minute lunch in an 8-hour window, right? So I only had 15 minutes. Now, if you set your alarm and that 15-minute bell went off, what did you achieve in that 15 minutes, right? So same thing. Imagine that you only have 15 minutes. What can you get done in 15 minutes? So usually in the morning is your best to get things done, and the morning is where you should really be achieving the most. So for me, the kids start school around 8. So then about 8:30, I'm officially home and back. I drop the kids, Sammy I drop off. Jenny takes the bus in the morning because she goes to a school a little bit far from the house. So in the morning, I'm coming back around 8:30. What am I doing? I have basically my negotiable. I start at 9, right? So 9 to 12 is my gap. Take a little bit of a lunch break. You're allowed to have a lunch. You're allowed to have a life. You're allowed to treat yourself, and you're allowed to do that. If your kids are still home, still time block. But if your kid is up, and be in the living room with them, be present with them. If they're in the living room, they're running around, they're fine. You could still hit mute. You can still, listen to YouTube. You can still write contracts out. You can still put in offers. You can still do this stuff. Do it in the morning, because let me tell you, in the afternoon, if you have an older kid and they come home, it's madhouse after 3, okay? If they have swimming lessons, if they have sports, if they have speech, if they have any other activities, by that time, you're like, oh shoot, I forgot to put in an offer on 123 Mockingbird Lane or 123 Main Street. I forgot to put in these offers. Do it in the morning, Because let me tell you, in the afternoon, later afternoon, that's when you're like, oh, you say the SHIT word, and you're like, oh my God, gotta do now. And trust me, the multitasking is crazy, trust me. Try to do emails, try to do the administrative work a little bit after. I know it's tough. I mean, obviously you're trying to grow your team, you're trying to grow your business. You know, in the beginning, you are going to have to be doing paperwork, you are going to be doing all that stuff. Try to do it. When you get to a higher level of real estate, then you can definitely You can definitely get a TC, an assistant. You can do that, a VA, and they can do all that work for you as you continue to prospect. But literally, after 5 o'clock, family time. Let it be after 5:30 even. After 5:30, if you do have a showing, most showings would happen around 5, after 5 anyway. You could show 1 or 2 houses before that, and then full-time family time after that. I actually would have my kids in the car. I actually had a nurse that it was a client of mine, so she would go in late. So I'd show her just before she would go on her shift at 7 o'clock. So I'd meet around about 5:30, show her 1 or 2 homes, and then that way she could go to work, and then I would go home. But she would go to work, and now she would have enough time to be at work at 7, and I could show her 2 houses, and that way I could get some done. Now also too, if you do have a showing assistant and you can have someone on your team, or if you have someone in your company, wherever you are, you know what, and you say, hey, Bobby, or hey, Lisa, or hey, Johnny, or hey, Rachel, can you show this property at 5:30, 6 o'clock for my client? Most likely they're gonna say yes, and they could help you out. Throw them $20. Say, hey, you know what, $25. Say, hey, guys, can you help me out? Like, it's a team effort. Give people some gas money, and in full circle, it will come back to you in fold, right? So if you can't show the property, and one of your friends, colleagues shows the house, and they want to put an offer, obviously they're going to put it through you. And then if you get the offer accepted and you go in the contract, was $25 worth your time to save you a couple hours, 1 hour? I would hope so, right? So make sure you create those like little systems in place. That has helped me. Like I said, it's switching the mindset of being a mom, working, but you're working from home, which is the beautiful part about it. Just remember, you don't have to go to an office. Obviously, I'm at my office right now, but you don't have to be in an office from 9 to 5 and you're stuck in that schedule all the time. So the wonderful thing is, like, when you piece in together, like YouTube content, like try to piece it in. If you're trying to do YouTube content, put time restrictions here, you know, and listen, hey, I want to listen to all the new YouTube videos this time when they come out. It's all time blocking, all time management. And like I said, ladies, I believe in you. I think you're wonderful. I think what we go through being a mom is wonderful. I love it when change it for the world. But I know the other part of the brain is like, you want to be successful and work hard and grind hard and build an empire, and it will come. I get that all the time. You're crushing it. You're doing so good. Oh my God, I can't believe you got that new listing, or I can't believe you got this. Oh, I can't believe you sold that. Yes, it's a grind, but sometimes, you know what? I love it. I love being a mom. I love being a realtor. But, well, in the back of my head, I know I can do more. So, like I said, it's a blessing. I can't say it's a curse. It's not a curse. But that would be those 3 tricks that I'd highly advise is to do. Get started. My suggestion, you can do it. No one's gonna, if there are doubters out there that say that you can't do it, tell them to blank, 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 blank. Because you know what, end of the day, don't listen to those naysayers, because you know what, they're afraid to do it. They're afraid to take the plunge. They're afraid of leaving corporate world. They're afraid to do all this. And do you really want to be friends with someone like that? Let them be, let them go, and just do you, work hard, grind hard every day. All right, ladies in real estate, moms in real estate, if you found this content very helpful, I hope you did. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I also additionally post some other content on Long Island for sellers. And I'm trying to market as well, but I also want to give out go back to the flow of inspiring moms in real estate and moms all over the world, in the United States, everywhere basically. But I like to throw out this content as well too. I do want to inspire other people, because I feel like end of the day, it's like I always say to my husband, I feel like sometimes it's just you and I against the world. Ladies, that's how sometimes I'm sure you feel too. It's just yourself and your family's against the world, everything. But like I said, you can do it. I believe in you. If you have any questions, shoot me a text message. My cell phone number is 631-627-4527. Any questions, hit me up. You can hit the contact below. I'd love to reach out to you, start a conversation. And thanks so much for watching. If you found this video very helpful and to continue to grow, like and subscribe.